Welcome back to WYNTW. It's another Transformers review, and this time it's from the Transformers the Movie Studio Series Blurr. Pretty excited to get this one out of the box, so let's check out the packaging. So here's the packaging for Blurr. So this one is from the Studio Series 86 from the Transformers the Movie. And if it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of any new updates, new videos of my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and all the good stuff. And now back on with the video. And it's my first time having this figure, so on the side of the box you have the artwork, and then you have 86 as well as from the Transformers the Movie 86, and then you have the product shots at the back as well as a readout here. Then you can see can transforms in 18 steps, and then you have another Studio Series 86 artwork here at the side, and then it's a deluxe class and not much at the bottom. Then you want to see the barcode, so that's it for Studio Series 86 Blurr in the packaging. So let's take this figure out. So here we've got Studio Series Blurr out of the packaging, and you have this instruction sheet. It's pretty small, and flipping it out, it's got very simple instructions. And then you have his two accessories. First you have his rifle, and it's all casted out in white plastic, so not too many, no paint apps on this one. And then you have his welding gun. It just plugs into his arm over here, and it gives you the illusion that his other arm has morphed into a welding gun. And then, just like with all the other Studio Series figures, you have this backdrop, and it's with the Autobot City scene where the Decepticons were attacking Autobot City, so you can display Blurr there. So with that out of the way, and let's take a closer look at the Studio Series Blurr. Let's take a closer look at this guy. So taking a look at his head sculpt, you can see that this guy has light piping, and it's really nice. And you have that painted yellow sculpt on his head. A lot of people don't like his face sculpt. I don't mind it. They say it's weird, but I really don't mind it. Just like in the cartoon. And you have the Autobot symbol here on his chest. You have his arms, some painted details, and then not too many paint details on the lower part of the body. But if you look at the cartoon scene over here, that's exactly how he looks like. And even these things I thought were not accurate, but if you take a look at the scenes in the movie, he has these behind his arms, so that's how he looks like, and he really doesn't look that bad. And then for articulation, he said it's all on ball joints. It can turn 360, can look up that much, can look down that much, and then his arms can turn around 360 as well, can move out that far. And then there's a swivel on the elbows, and then you have a 90-degree bend. You have swivel on the fist due to the transformation joint. His waist doesn't have an ab crunch, but it's got a swivel, so it can turn 360. His feet can kick forward that far, kick backward that far, move out that far for the splits. And then you have a 90-degree bend. And then you have the ankle rocker joint, and not too much, so the ankles can rock left to right, and then can move up and down due to the transformation joint. Really fun figure. And then you can give him his accessories, just that I've shown. This is the welding hand, and then you have his gun, so you can put it here. So the thing with the Studio Series figures is not much like the Siege or the War for Cybertron figures. There's not too many portholes for the weapons to port in. You can put his weapons here if you want. And for some size comparisons with movie figures, I have the Earthrise RC. I have my Siege Ultra Magnus. So that's the figures that I have from the 86 movie. And then I have Grimlock. This is the masterpiece, so that's how they look like. So let's take camera a little bit further so you can see the masterpiece Grimlock. I really love the scale with all these characters. And then I have the quintessence for some evil characters. And then I also have Earthrise Optimus Prime over here, so you can see the scale between all of these characters. So let's put Optimus here in the middle so you can see how they scale. So that's it for the comparisons, and now it's time for some transformation. Of course, for transformation you take off the accessories, set them off to the side, and then this part you open up, and then this one you fold down, and then you just swivel it around to cover the fists, and then fold it in like that. So same thing on the other side. So that's it for the upper body, and then you just fold it up like this, and then this part will cover up his head. So you just fold it out and fold it over his head, and then this part will spin around and tab into that part. So you have the upper body done, and now it's time for the lower body, and you just fold up the feet like that. So you can see this tabs into this small hole over here, and then you fold out this one, and then same thing on the other side. You just keep them open. So you untab it from the leg so you can see that tab, then you just fold up the feet, and then once you have them out, you see there's a small hole here for this to tab into, and then this one will lock into this small slot over here. So peg them all together and line it up. So once you have the small pegs lined up and tabbed in together, just fold up the legs to cover up the upper thigh, and once you have it like this, you fold it in, and then you have this tab and this tab which will tab into their small slots over here. So you can see it lined up. Now you can see that they're all lined up, and then you push down the arms. So you push down the arms, and then this one you can fold it down like this on both sides, and then you see these small slots. This is where the tabs on the feet will slot in, so you just fold it in and then it will tab in like that. Same thing on the other side. So once you have both feet tabbed in together, now this is a little bit tricky part, because you have to line up the whole arm, because this tab slots into here, then there's a tab here that slots into here, then this tab as well will slot into here. So a little bit tricky at first, but you'll get the hang of it. So once you have everything lined up, you see that it will slot in perfectly. So first you tab this into the back part, and then tab the middle part, and then last tab that part. Once you have everything lined up, all you have to do is tab that part, and now you have Blurr into his space Cybertronian speed hovercraft. So it really looks awesome, really looks like how he looked like in the movie. No wheels at the bottom, but it will slide just like a hovercraft will do. There's one thing that I forgot. You have to fold up the seat here, and you can see there's a little driver's seat here, which nothing can fit in there anyway. So that's the complete transformation for Blurr. So for storage for the weapons in the car mode, you can store them here at the bottom. So you can see there's a slot here which will tab into here, and then his welding arm, you see there's two tabs which will slot into the holes over here. So that's how it's gonna look like in vehicle mode for storage, and it looks silly, but you have storage for the weapons. And now for some size comparisons. So that's Blurr with Optimus Prime, and then let's bring in another truck, and here he is with Siege Ultra Magnus, so you can see how the trucks look with him. I still don't have I still haven't opened Cup, Hot Rod, or Springer, so that's it for the comparisons, and I'm never gonna transform this into a car. So that's been my review for the Deluxe Class Studio Series Blurr. A really fun figure, I really love the transformation. I don't have any qualms with it. I love the accessories, the paint job's not too great, but it's how he looked in the movie, and I love the backdrop. No complaints about this figure. Transformation is simple yet smart, and I love the articulation in this guy. So that has been BubbaChuck14. Stay tuned for my next video. It's still about the Transformers Studio Series from the Transformers 86 movie. And thank you guys for watching, and as always, celebrate life, be a miracle.